Well, hey YouTube, welcome back everybody. Hey, got another unboxing video for you today. If this is what I think it is, I'm as excited to see it as hopefully you guys are. So, there we go, it's a brand new box. Get it cut open. We'll find those ever helpful instructions that always are entertaining to watch. Let's see what's inside. We have instructions. Okay, hit the camera. There it is, guys. Look at this. Let me get this out of here, get the box and everything out of the way. Let's check this out. Let's see what all parts it came with. Let me move this. Got Allen wrench, 4 spare piston rings, a drill start attachment, got a seat, thumb screw. This is encouraging. Bonus mystery hardware in the bottom of the box. Alright, let me get this box out of the way. And let's take a look at this tractor. Oh, and this bolt here. Look at that. That's kind of neat. Alright, well, let's look at our instructions first. This is the TR1 model. 13mm bore, 14mm stroke, 1.9 cc's. So, it's water cooled. I'll let you guys kind of look through it. Well, this is exciting. When you launch it, it will become a violent small machine. Okay. 95 octane. And look at this. Hey, they finally got it. It says 4 milliliters of lubricating oil to the crankcase and sure splash lubrication to the crankshaft. Well, good. Alright. Well, let's take a look at our engine. There. This is a really neat little unit. Ball bearings on the front wheels. Nice rubber tires. Have good compression. Let's before we put anything in it, let's look at it over in the bottom side and see how the drive mechanism works. There, can you guys see it down here? So it's belt drive from our engine into, well, this is going to be our transmission. And we have a differential. So, I guess we've got to figure out which levers do what. We got a lever up here that I'm not exactly sure what that does. We'll figure it out. And we got a lever here. This one's our throttle. I can see it moving. This is obviously low and high gear. I'm not sure what this lever here does. So, alright, well, we got to add 4 milliliters of oil to our crankcase. Let's see how accessible that's going to be. Well, that's awful convenient. I don't know if you guys can see down in here or not, but our oil fill is in the back here, buried up against the dashboard. they make that super accessible to get at. So, alright, well, I will get a needle and put 4 milliliters of oil down in here. And we're going to just use SAE 30 oil. I'll get oil in here and I'll bring you guys back. Well, come on, help me understand this. This is stupid. Okay guys, well, running the risk of seeming stupid, I have no way of getting oil down in there. But we know that we have to have oil in our crankcase. So, well, we took our valve cover off. We're going to put it right down through here. Let me get some oil in there. Alright, 4 milliliters of oil. I'll put it in here. Just kind of let it run in on its own. Hell, this ain't working either, guys. This ain't working at all. Alright, well, I will clean up my mess that I just made. We'll try something else. Alright, well, how in the hell do they plan on getting oil in here? This is, without a doubt, one of the dumbest designs I've seen. It tells you to put oil in, yet it gives you no ability to do so. Let's see what we can come up with. I can see that oil fill down in there. There's got to be a way to get oil in there. Sit tight, guys. We'll get oil in it somehow or another. How dumb is that? Help me understand this. Goodness sakes. Why would they do that? Okay, well, we did manage to finally get our oil down into the crankcase, and I don't know what engineering genius came up with this, but you have to take the entire damn dashboard loose to be able to get down in there. What a just terrible bad design. That's yeah, so if you guys know the engineer that came up with that, yeah, well, you know what to do. So, alright, let me get this dashboard put back in, then we'll get our batteries in there. The batteries live back here in a battery box, which is precariously perched between our drive tire and our drive gear, with nothing to hold it side to side. So I can imagine that if you drive this very much, that drive gear is going to chew right through that plastic box. But we've got to get it running first. So, alright, let me get this dashboard put back together. Alright, well, we managed to struggle through and get all 8 of our bolts holding our dashboard back on. And now we're going to move on to putting our batteries in here. This isn't going to pass through here. I have to take the damn bumper off the back of it. Right here and here. We'll get the bumper off over to the drawbar. Looks like it runs on 2 AA batteries versus the normal 3. And while I was sitting there monkeying with putting this dash back together. This here is a rudimentary form of a, let me get this out of the way and you can see it underneath. So this handle here has a band of brass that goes around our differential, so that would be essentially our brake. This one here is our clutch. This is low and high, and this one's our throttle. So, alright, well, we got our bumper swung out of the way, or our drawbar. Get this opened up, get our batteries. Oh, I was wrong. It takes 3 AAAs, which I will have to go in the house and get some, because I don't have any out here in the shop. 1 second, guys. Alright, well, we got our batteries here. And I noticed on here there's a switch. It's got an on-off switch here. There's also an on-off switch up here. So we'll have to be mindful of that. And if you guys have one and don't have spark, well, you're not going to have spark if it's off down here at the battery box. You're not going to have it if it's off up here, or vice versa. So let's get our battery cover slid back into place. Make sure our switch down here on the battery box is in the on position. And we'll just kind of ram it back up in there. We'll get our drawbar reattached. I guess we figured out why they gave us the Allen wrench in this box. Because you have to use it to do anything on this. We're not going to mount our seat on here yet. I see no need in it. It's going to be in our way of getting the controls, and if we're going to be testing this, we're going to want access to it. So, alright, let's pull our plug wire off. Flip our switch to on. We're going to listen for spark. It sparked. I heard it. You guys hear it? Okay, well, we know our spark. Put our switch off. We'll put distilled water in there. I think this is a float to let you know how much water's in your hopper right here. And we're using distilled water in this hopper. Yep, see that little float coming up? That's kind of neat. Alright, well, it's full. Let's get our 40-to-1 VP fuel ready. Right here's our fuel tank. I'll get fuel in the syringe and we'll get her down inside that fuel tank. All right. We'll get our drill drive attachment out. We'll set it in here. We'll see what happens. We'll make sure it's out of, yeah, we're in neutral. Safety first. Alright guys, well, let's find out together. Forward on this is idle. To the rear of the tractor is full throttle. So we're on idle. We're going to be watching for it to suck fuel up through here. Oh shit, it runs. Let's give it some throttle. Did run. Wing it over again. Tighten this thumb screw right here. That locks the throttle. We're going to let it sit here and run for a little while. Kind of let it warm itself up, and if it needs to break in anything, it can break it in before we just start driving. seem to run that terribly bad. I'm sure we can adjust that in a little bit. I'm gonna let it sit here and run. Plenty of lubrication, spitting oil out at us. Might have to do some adjusting on that carburetor. Let's start it again. I know we can't be out of fuel yet. We're in low gear. Our brake is off. Let's raise the back of this up and engage our clutch. Oh, it's running in reverse. Maybe we have to do forward and reverse on this. That's what it is. It's forward and reverse. Well, should we see if it has enough power to pull itself? We got our rim slipping inside the tire. This is kind of exciting, guys. It's neat. It makes a hell of a mess. The oil that goes back here, there's no cap for it, so crankcase just spits it out all over the backside of our dash. And you guys can see in here, but we've got oil up here on top of our dash now. Keeping oil out front, terribly bad, all over our muffler. This was a brand new, clean mat to start it up on. It looks like it's got that covered in it. But let's see if we can adjust that carburetor in where it'll sit here and pick them off a little bit better. I'll lock our throttle so it doesn't move. Well, other than the fact that it was a brand new model that is now completely covered in oil, and the clear oversight on how to add oil to it, it does run. It's not the smoothest thing in the world, but we'll get there. It looks like our ignition is down here in the front. It looks like that plug wire is just smashed between that ignition box and the front of our frame. I'm sure that'll be an issue down the road. We do have operating steering that is pretty neat. And dual drive belts here. We've got two separate ones here if we wanted to pulley, if we wanted to run something off of our small pulley. Look on this side. We have a large flat belt pulley. It's a little warm, but it's not hot. And we obviously saw that you open the throttle, it'll really get with it. So, alright guys, well, hey, I appreciate it. And, Hopefully you guys thought this was something new and exciting. Been waiting for this to show up for a while now. It came in today and I thought, well, I'll come out here and we'll open it up and we're going to look at it. So, well, that's it, guys. Once again, thanks for watching. If you don't mind, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you guys are subscribed, make sure your subscription is public so I can see it and I will know whose names to put in the hat when we get to 500, because we are giving away that little Wilkemp electric engine. So, all right, thanks again, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.